What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hello, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Ranking tier list video. So this one specifically, if any of you out there are like Harry Potter fans, this is the perfect video for you. Today's video, we are going to be doing a ranking of every Harry Potter movie, alright? And I'm specifically only talking about the movie. We're not gonna do any fucking book or none of that, like none of those, okay? So I'm sorry. I'm gonna be explaining like how I'm gonna be ranking these, and I wasn't prepared for this, so I just quickly get a notebook and a pencil. So I have a notebook with you, just in case if I forget the ranking. I think the way I'm gonna rank this is I'm ranking this based on which movie we had the best character, and I would say best plot, like new introductions. So like new things that were introduced of like entertainment specifically, because me, I love being entertained. Horror movies that scare the fuck out of you are pretty cool. That's like a guarantee, like, oh yeah, 100% this is the best horror movie of the year. Like Obsession. If you guys have seen Obsession, go check it out. Not sponsored. We're gonna be starting off with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or if you're in the UK, Philosopher's Stone. This movie, I would say I love Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone. This one was the first Harry Potter movie that we all watched, of course, and this one was also kind of leaning towards more of like, the friendly side, because it was more for kids. And, as the series goes, like, it starts to get a lot more darker. And I think I've seen that where probably the second is where it gets a little more edgy. It gets a little more dark. Well, not really dark, but it's still, like, for children. But, like, I think like the second or third is where it gets like probably where it gets to like more of a PG-13.
So the first one is where Harry actually finds that's the first movie that Harry finds out that his parents are wizards. So like probably the worst way we ever get introduced to Harry, not him as a baby, but like when he's like a kid, is we had this stupid fat Douglas. Dudley just being an asshole this whole entire movie, him just fucking either pushing Harry or just taking stuff away from him or just basically just clowning him and just screaming fear. And then that's when Dudley gets trapped. And then after Dudley gets trapped, then, him in cold, wetness, pause. And then, Harry then gets punished by Vernon and gets pulled by his ear, then gets thrown into his cupboard to be just doing crazy. So
basically, you know what? I'm not gonna explain the whole movie now. You guys know the whole movie, okay? So this one, entertainment-wise, I would give this a 9 out of... No. Entertainment-wise, I would give this a 10 out of 10. If I would say anything new, it is a new introduction. And I think all the characters in that movie were really awesome. I mean, it is the first movie you get introduced to everyone. So I would say a 9 out of 10. And then I would say for... what else to say? I don't know. Yeah, I haven't thought of this video planned out. If we're ranking this from 1 to 10, basically 1 being the best, and like 1 being the best, and then 10 being the worst, I would say Philosopher's Stone / Sorcerer's Stone, I would put it solid 2. Solid 2. It's a good movie, but there's one movie that I like more than the others. It's gonna come up later. Oh man, I'm at 5%. So okay, this is gonna be the last time I'm ever gonna use this mic, because I might have to charge my phone. Now we're moving on to Chamber of Secrets. This movie is where it kind of takes a really dark turn. This is where we get introduced to the big snake, the big reptile, basilisk. And I thought this movie was like really, really interesting, but it's also it's a very mystery movie. It's kind of like, what is happening to all these people who are getting petrified? Ron and Harry then later figure out what it was or what it is. That whole movie was like very, very good. I loved the plot of that one. It was like very mystery horror. I don't know what. It just gave me that vibe, like a mystery, like adventurous. I would give this movie probably, it's not a high one. Oh, I would probably say like out of the 8, it's not better than Philosopher's Stone. I would say I will go probably middle of the road 4. I know not a lot of people love it, but this is a Chris Columbus movie. I would say entertaining wise, 8 out of 10. We got introduced to the Basilisk. That is a 10 out of 10. The first one just had more of like a vibe to it, and it's more like a comforting movie than the Chamber of Secrets. Because I think Chamber of Secrets is where, it kind of pushes that dark, edgy movie, but it didn't do well. Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, entertaining. Listen, I'm gonna explain things, right? So Harry basically has a godfather, and Harry has a godfather, which I didn't know, and Harry didn't know as well. Harry has this godfather named Sirius Black, and everybody accused Sirius for being this crazy lunatic, crazy murderer, just basically, and then he got sent to prison. But then he later proved himself innocent, and since Harry thought that he was going to kill his parents, Harry would kill him, but he later realized that Sirius was actually a good guy. He appeared as this like dark, like this like big black dog, and when Harry was on the bus stop, but then he fell over, and then this night bus just pulled up on him, and then that's the way, and that's like the transportation that Harry that's the transportation that Harry took to go to the Leaky Cauldron and all that. This one was really cool, entertaining wise. 11 out of 10. I'm not even joking. I loved the dark, like edgy movie on this one. It did so well. I would say things that we got introduced to, like we got introduced to Lupin, like Sirius, the Dementors. For the new things that were introduced to this movie, 10 out of 10. Really, really dope. This is probably one of my favorite ones, and I really love this movie so much. I mean, the whole movie is like very interesting because it's just so unique. So I'll give this movie, and this might be a surprising one, but this is gonna be number 1 on the list. Number 1, I cannot express it, bro. Number 1 on the list, and we're gonna go on to Goblet of Fire. I had a cut, so I'm not gonna use the mic because it wastes my phone battery. So yeah, I don't really need this. I think I might remember where everything is. Goblet of Fire is one of those movies that I haven't really I don't really remember a lot to Goblet of Fire. I do know that he does do the Triwizard Tournament, and I do know that somebody put him in the Triwizard Tournament and not him. And I do know that the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the movie, isn't really an accurate representation of the book, and everybody just hated that movie. The person who directed was Mike Newell. People thought that Mike Newell just didn't even stick to like the actual book. And also, the Goblet of Fire, if I remember correctly, is like one of the longest books in the series. And it's like there's so much stuff in the Goblet of Fire that people say that he missed, and there also were some things that weren't even in the book that he just put in the movie. Entertaining wise, I mean, Cedric Diggory does get killed. I would say a 7.8. I'm sorry if this is your favorite movie, but I'll say a 7.8. Getting introduced to new things. I didn't really get introduced to new things. We did get introduced to new characters, but I don't know. I think that's just my opinion on the Goblet of Fire. I must say just a 6 for introduction. So the movie, it's gonna be probably below Chamber of Secrets. So if it's below 4, so we have 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is probably gonna be a very controversial take, but I will probably say a 7. Sorry, a 7's probably gonna be mine. Listen, it's my opinion, alright? It's my opinion. Order of the Phoenix. This is where Sirius comes back from the 3rd movie. So yeah, I mean, Sirius does come in the 4th one, but it's just he didn't Sirius wasn't in that movie for too much. in the Order of the Phoenix, this is where the Dark movie comes for more of like, it's kind of more of like a horror and more like a dark horror movie. I feel like that's what I'm getting from this movie, because this is where Voldemort, comes back, because in the fourth one, Voldemort gets gets a whole new body back. Fifth one, Voldemort comes back, but he starts making Harry go crazy. Harry just I don't know why, but just in this movie, bro. And I would say this one is really good. This movie actually had me in a whole new perspective of like, dang, so they're not even taking the friendly route anymore. They're taking like a more serious route, bro. That's not a pun. Not pun intended. It's like this movie like just had so much like action, but not like actual. I mean, it did have action. It did have a lot of action, but like this movie just had so much. I don't know how to explain it, but like it was just so new to me. And I like the way they pushed Harry. Just pushed Harry so much. And also like Harry him using like magic outside of school. And that's one thing that I do remember, is that, the Dementors, out of nowhere, they just attacked him and Dudley. Harry just used magic without permission, and that is against Hogwarts, alright? So Harry got expelled, because they wanted him out. I mean, Harry was doing it, he was defending himself, bro. Like, there's no way he's not gonna use magic if those things are just gonna, basically just come after them for no reason. And also, this is where we got introduced to Bellatrix and other people as well. This one, I would say, entertaining wise, this one's a 10 out of 10. This one just really put me in a whole new mindset of Harry, bro. It's just like, this is where I felt very bad for Harry, bro. This one scene where Harry gets possessed by Voldemort himself, and it's really weird. It's really weird, because this is not something that I would consider normal to Harry, bro. And I just love the way this movie just looks. It's just a very unique film. This introduction was, I will also say, a 9 out of 10. So many new characters, bro. So many new things I got introduced to. Just absolutely insane. Crazy enough. This one goes number 3 on my list. This is really fucking good. So, do you put it on here? I hope my future self is putting this. So I think what we have left is 6th and 8th left. And we're going down to the final 6th, 5th, and 8th. Yeah. We're going to the final 3, and we're gonna do this real quick. For the 6th one that we got is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I don't know too much about this one. And I really don't know a lot about this one. Not at all. The thing that I do know is that Dumbledore does die in this one. R.I.P. Snape, basically betrayed him. But he was also a Death Eater. This one was, I would say, looking at some clips, but also looking at some review videos of this movie, there's so much about this one. But yeah, this movie is kind of a really fade memory to me, because I don't really remember watching this one. I'ma say, for the movies that I never watched, and I know Harry Potter's not available on Netflix, but it is available on HBO Max, Hulu. I would probably say for this one is not an 8. I would say it's a 6. I'm sorry, I just don't know too much about it. Now we're gonna move on to the rest of the other ones, alright? So the final 2 movies that we have is actually this in the books, and this one and these 2 movies are supposed to be combined one, but since the final book, which is the 7th, the 2 parts put together and very long, but that would be that would be like a fucking 3-hour movie. So they didn't want to do that, so they just did a 2-part movies. Deathly Hallows, alright? Part 1 and Part 2. The Part 1, I feel like I remember Part 2 a little more now that I'm realizing. But Part 2 is where Voldemort does get defeated, and also Part 2 is where Harry fakes his death, where, you know, Harry doesn't really get killed by Voldemort's Avada Kedavra. I think I know the Part 2 a little more than Part 1. Yeah, I forgot to do like, entertaining wise. Okay, entertaining wise on the 6th one, 6 out of 10. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, actually, you know what? No. For the people who are watching this, I'm gonna say 6.9 out of 10. New wise, an 8 out of 10. Part 1 and Part 2, I would rank Part 2 number 5 and Part 1 number 8. I'm sorry. Part 1, I just really didn't see that much. I mean, I might have to see a review video of Part 2. And, you know, don't worry, I have to rewatch those movies, but I gotta do it. And this is the list right here. The full list is right here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Also, I think I will probably show like the entertaining wise and the introduction wise. Oh wait, yeah, the entertaining wise. For both movies, I would probably give it an 8. Probably 8.2 for both. For the second one, introduction, for the second one, I'll say 8.3. The first part of the Deathly Hallows, 8.2. 8.2 for Part 1, 8.3 for Part 2. So yeah, this is the full list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't take anything serious, alright? I do know a lot about Harry Potter, but I'm not really that big of a Harry Potter fan. Just stop being a big Harry Potter fan. I really stopped being it. And also, if you're seeing me wearing the same shirt, yeah, I'm filming 3 videos today. And remember, I have 7 months to get to 1,000, alright? I really want to get to 1,000, and I hope we can do it. That's gonna be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Drop a like and subscribe. Subscribing means that you actually enjoy my personality and enjoy the content that I do. If you want to check out my other videos, go check them out right there. Hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.